All right, so mistake number 6, this one might be a little controversial depending on who you are, and there's probably gonna be a lot of people that don't personally agree with me, but this is just what's been working for me personally. So I'm just gonna share it, and that's working a day job sooner. And the reason why I say this is because I used to be very against working a day job. I always was on the mindset of, no, I need to put all of my energy and effort into my business if I want to actually grow it. And if I were to be working a day job, then that's just going to be another distraction and it's going to take me away from growing my business, which is 100% true. But in my given situation, basically this past year basically the first half of 2024, things started to get really slow for me. Things were starting to get a little bit more difficult. Clients were a little bit harder to retain. Clients weren't as willing to basically pay the rates that I wanted to get paid. So what that ended up doing is it put me a little bit more into survival mode. So as I was in survival mode, kind of like the earlier point that I made, when you're in survival mode, you start making dumb decisions that don't necessarily benefit your business and actually just keep you stuck there. You're basically just working to survive, meet your bare minimum expenses, but then you're taking on work that doesn't actually grow you. It doesn't help you grow your business or grow you personally in any meaningful way. So all of your energy is basically just going into these tasks that aren't actually needle moving. Where now I had an opportunity to get a salary job with one of my clients, and I was kind of fearful of it. One of the things I was fearful of is, I'm not going to have time for my business. I'm going to get bogged down with all the work that they give me and so on. The typical fear that an entrepreneur will have. But I've kind of noticed that maybe not the complete opposite, but more so the opposite was true. I feel a lot more free. I don't have to take on every single client that comes my way, basically just out of desperation. The job basically gives me a baseline income every month to where I know that's coming. I know that I don't have to worry about meeting some sort of sales quota every month. And now, after I'm doing the job, I can invest all of my free time. I can invest my free time into making meaningful decisions into growing my business. And basically what that did for me is, as I was in survival mode the first half of 2024, as I was making all these dumb decisions, basically just running myself to the ground, I was kind of blind to the things that I should be doing to actually grow my business because I was just stuck in survival mode. Versus now that I'm working at the day job, I'm able to separate myself from it more, and it made it a lot more clear to me the direction that I needed to take in order to grow my business the way that I wanted to grow it. And when you're in the trenches and you're stressed and you're just trying to make money just to be able to survive, it's really hard to get a bird's eye view of all of the things that you're not necessarily doing correct in order to grow that business. So now that I'm separated from it a little bit more, I'm able to make more conscious and aligned decisions on where exactly I want the business to go. And I can basically just take the money that I'm making from the day job and invest it into the areas that I know that I needed to invest in, versus I'm not thinking about investing into this and this and that in order to grow the business. I'm just trying to find a client as soon as possible so that I can just pay bills. And it also just taught me just better time management. So as I'm over here working, I need to delegate certain amounts of time into doing this. And if you're the type of person who's not very good at managing their time, then it might be very difficult to actually do both. But I personally don't find it extremely difficult. Yes, it is a little bit more difficult to make time for my business, but at the end of the day, I just have to learn it just taught me how to manage my time better so that I can make sure that I prioritize both, or make sure that I'm putting a good amount of time into both. So this is allowing me to make more intentional business decisions and make it go in the direction that I want to go. So that way I can serve better clients, charge higher rates and actually set up the infrastructure to actually do that. And because I'm not stuck in survival mode anymore, like I have much more mental clarity on actually doing that.
Whether you are a beginner videographer or a more advanced one, I'm sure all of you guys have gone through the experience of feeling like a disposable videographer to your clients, not having a portfolio that's strong enough to qualify you for higher paying jobs. Clients always choosing the cheaper option over you. That is because 99% of videographers are too busy sitting there staring at their phone, hoping and praying that somebody calls to give them a gig today. And as a result, you're struggling to make a living as a full-time creative. I went through the exact same struggles. I was stuck in a cheap client cycle where I was working on a bunch of low-paying projects and just nobody really seeing the value in my work. And it was my dream to be able to get out of that cycle and start working on projects that were creatively fulfilling to me. That is why I created the Commercial Videographer Blueprint. It is the exact same framework that I use to land my dream clients, grow my video production business, and work on more creatively fulfilling projects. This exact same framework is what I used to be able to land one of my dream projects, where I was able to film a documentary that had Tony Hawk in it. In this course, you are going to learn how to create a portfolio that attracts your dream clients, learn how to get their attention, and then learn how to get them to see the value in your work, and learn how to get them to think that it is completely insane for them to work with anybody else. And you can get all of this today for $147. And to be completely transparent with you guys, this is my very first course, so this is going to be the beta launch of this course. What that means for you is you are going to get access to this content for a much cheaper price than I plan on selling it in the future, and you will have the opportunity to leave feedback on how I can actually improve the course. And as I'm taking all that feedback and creating a better version of this course, early supporters will be getting access to that new content for free, while new people will have to pay the updated price. And don't worry, if you guys think that the course is trash and you didn't get any sort of benefit out of it, then I also offer a no questions asked 30-day money back guarantee. So if you're ready to stop struggling as a videographer and you're ready to take control of your business and finally get clients to see the value in your work, then click on the link in the description below to learn more.